everyone. How's it going? This is Chris at Realridesharestories. And we're not in the car. You might be wondering why. And that is for one simple fact that it is the middle of winter now in Buffalo. We actually have snow, so sitting in the car recording these videos gets a little cold in there sometimes. So brought it to my studio and, going to talk more about that and why I have a studio actually later. But a sneak peek of that is a buddy of mine and myself are actually doing a podcast. I'm also going to record the intro and outro videos from here now, just because, sitting in my car for that time, it's just a little bit too cold. So today's video, what I'm going to talk to you about is what I like about rideshare, why I decided to do it. So the one thing I really like about rideshare is that it created a much better way of doing something. So you had the cab industry that's been around for many, many, many years, and it was just crappy. You had people who came in and they were trying to steal rides, so they would try to get out early, they wouldn't pay, they would leave, a lot of different things with that on the passenger side. On the company side, you had a lot of things where it was just too expensive. You call and nobody would show up. If somebody showed up, it probably wasn't the one you ordered. I remember recently before we had rideshare come in our area, we called for a cab right in downtown Buffalo to pick us up at a specific time. We pre-called already. And they came when we were trying to get it. Nobody was there. It was a cab that said, "Oh yeah, you called us," but it was a different company that came. So it was just a weird experience, and it was expensive too. So to go from downtown Buffalo to where our drop-off location was actually pretty expensive. So it just isn't a great way of doing things. And there's not a lot of them out on the road either. So, when everybody wants to go home after a night of partying or drinking, it's difficult to get them. And then the wait times were just horrendously bad if they did come. So if you called and it would take like an hour to get there, it was just a bad thing. So, the rideshare concept itself is absolutely amazing, and I love it, because it just completely changed the industry. So it put people who are just normal people who drive their vehicles with passengers who actually needed rides to go from point A to point B. And one of the great benefits is really not drinking and driving. There's so many people that just use rideshare instinctively if they're going out to drink, whether they're going to a friend's house, whether they're going to a bar, a lot of different things. So it's actually an amazing thing that they're doing that. And it cuts down on drinking and driving, which is probably one of the best things that you can do. I'm very against drinking and driving. If you've known me from when I first started drinking in the basement in high school at friends' houses, we played safe and never left that area until everybody was fine, which would have been the next morning. So we definitely wanted to be safe because we knew, but I continued that throughout from then till now. So drinking and driving is one of the worst things that you can do, and there's now many different ways where you can go and get home safe, which is rideshare. Yeah, you can still call cabs. It's going to be more expensive and it's probably going to take longer, but you can still call them. Call a friend, family, whatever it is. Just do not drink and drive, and that's probably the biggest thing. It's actually really good, and this you might not realize, for elderly people as well. The elderly are able to order rides. If they're not able to drive anymore, they have to rely on family, and a lot of the times that generation is very busy. They're working, they have their family to take care of, and then on top of it, they have the elderly that they have to take care of as well. So, these ride shares are amazing because You're getting a ride when you need it to go to the store, to go to the doctor's office, just quite a few different things that they can use. And then just getting people to work and different places. Sometimes it's actually cheaper for people to use rideshare than it is to have their vehicle, to insure it, to do different things like that. So it's actually a really cool concept, and it's a really good concept that's actually benefited many different platforms of people's needs. Now, the businesses themselves in the rideshare industry, it is brand new. It's still in its infancy, even though it's been around for a number of years in many places. It's just one of those things where it's going to be a continuing evolution from where it is now to where it's going to be. Do they need improvement? Absolutely. They need improvement on the driver's side. They need improvement on the passenger side. And I think they're doing that better. Many things that are very simple and easy that you think would be done on both the passenger and driver side that should have been done still hasn't. But there's probably a couple of reasons for that. So again, like I said, I'm not going to hold them accountable too much yet, but they are still being held accountable, at least in my end. There's always room for improvement. And as long as they continue to grow and improve and make the platforms themselves better for both the driver and the rider, it's definitely going to be something that you're going to see for a long time, at least until there's self-driving cars, which at that point, it's going to change the entire game completely again. So now I'm going to shift it into the reasons why I do rideshare. First reason is the flexibility. I do a lot of different things. I mean, right now I'm sitting in the studio where I'm about to start recording a podcast. So that's going to take time. There's other ventures and things that I do as well. It's just nice because I'm a hustler. I always am out doing something, trying to stir up business for this business or that business or wherever it is. And it's definitely great because you can do it at the times you want. So it's very flexible. So if I wanted to go out for an hour, or if I want to go out for a few hours or the entire night or day or anytime, it's great. You don't have to clock in, clock out like a normal job. You are your own boss. You just go out when you want, and if rides are available, you start taking them. The second thing that's really cool is, you get paid to drive. Let's be real. That's a pretty cool thing. I love driving. I drove from Buffalo to Charlotte to New York, all in between, up and down the East Coast, Midwest, or I'm sorry, the middle states, like the plains and that. So I drive. I love driving. It's a fantastic thing. And being able to get paid for it's pretty cool. The other thing that I really do enjoy is the fact that I can help take people who are drunk home. And yeah, it can be a real pain in the ass at the time. So yeah, getting people home safe is probably one of the best things that you can do, because it's going to help stop drinking and driving accidents, deaths. Think of how many ride shares that you can take if you got one DWI at a minimum. And what I mean at a minimum is that what it costs you in fines, legal fees, is about $10,000 for one DWI. That's the average. And that's if nothing happens. That's basically if you're swerving and a cop pulls you over, and that starts the legal process. How many rideshare rides are you going to get for that? Quite a bit. And then it's fun because there's a lot of different people you get to meet and a lot of different places you get to go. I live in Buffalo, and there's a lot of places that I haven't been to in terms of bars or places that people go to hang out and have some fun. It's pretty cool to see the area in a different light. And just meeting people is really fun. I love meeting different people, seeing them. A lot of the rides you just kind of sit there and you don't even really talk because they're just kind of in their own. So you just kind of respect that and drive to where you want to or where they want to go. But when you do converse and you do have some fun, then it's a pretty cool thing. And there's actually a few friends that I've met through giving rides. So that's a few of the reasons why I do enjoy doing rideshare and being a driver. I also do enjoy the concept of it. and it does need to be always evaluated and always looked at and always upgraded from where it was to where it is now and where it can go. As long as it's going to improve, continue to improve, and keep improving, like I say, it's going to be around for a while. So make sure to check out the following video as we're going to discuss the cons of rideshare. Basically, the things that still need to be improved. We're going to talk about what was improved and what has been, but we're going to go with where it can be improved more to a new level and take it from what it is now to what it could be, where it's going to benefit both the driver and passenger in a great way. So we're going to talk about that, where it's going to be the cons, as well as what the problems are with driving itself. So that's it for this video. If you enjoy these videos, make sure you subscribe, ring the bell for notifications so you can get notified for any time that we upload a video. Make sure to comment, share, and like if you do enjoy these videos and help spread the word. You guys have a great day. We'll see you next time.